Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today is Sunday, 20th January. So we are looking at GBP, JPY and gold. We're going to do a top-down analysis from even the monthly. The reason we're going to look at the monthly is since we are 2 days away from 3 days away from the closure of this month, so we can see what is exactly going on. So if we just move this to the side for now and just look at gold, right? Gold is obviously clearly bullish. Yep. We can see that we left a huge wick in December into 2086, where we pinched above all of these highs, right? This is the highest we have been in forever, literally. We haven't been this high for a very long time, right? And this is the highest we have ever been. So we need to look at what price is going to do. It's very difficult to trade and have a long-term outlook on this. I think because there's not much PA to go from other than these highs right here. It's more of a fundamental thing where you can understand that we are in a crisis in the world right now, where we are looking at many wars, many uncertainties happening in America, um, uncertainties happening in Britain, uncertainties happening in the Western world. So people may look to go to their safe haven, which was gold. Gold was always has been the safe haven, right? When people are uncertain, people go to gold and see it as a current, see it as an asset, see it as something which they can hodl and hold and see it as a safe investment. So we can actually anticipate this and see, all right, cool, maybe this year we will look for price to fly to the upside. But price action is difficult here. We don't really have much information. That's when you can start looking at fundamentals to aid you. I'm not really a fundamental trader, but in certain circumstances, you can consider it. Right? On the monthly time frame, we can clearly see we were bullish, we left a huge wick, and now we have an engulfing in January. So maybe in February, will we come back down into 1977? Right, 1977 is a very strong level, especially on the weekly time frame. We can see it's a very strong support and resistance. Support, 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 resistance, 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 support, support. So will the weekly time frame break below 2016? If we can come below 2016 and get a break and retest, we can look for sells down into 1977.292. You can also see on the weekly time frame, we're seeing a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low. So we are clearly stepping down with the candles and these wicks and these bodies. So it is a great indication for us to look for some downside momentum if we can potentially get something like this. Um, that's that. But you can also see we are respecting this level of 2016. Do I want to buy here just because we are respecting this level? No. And the reason being is because we can clear, I don't really use trend lines, but I'll just put it here just so it's clear for all the viewers watching. We can see that the daily right now is quite bullish, right? We can see it is stepping down. We have a low, lower high, lower low. What's going to happen? Are we going to form another lower high and continue to the downside? Potentially. Potentially. So I can't really be buying here because we have a trend line which we are respecting. We have a bearish momentum on the daily time frame, and the weekly is clearly stepping down. So I would want price to engulf below on the daily, give us a small retracement, and we can look for sells into there. And if we can maintain above this area, we can potentially look for buys. The only way I would look for buys is at this key level. Look at this key level here. Or if the daily can clearly break this trend, break this previous high, and go bullish, we can look for a retest and look for buys into 2086, which is clearly a nice weekly resistance. Very simple. That's gold for you. GBP, JPY. GBP, JPY. The market condition right now is very choppy, right? By the way, if you all want to do your market outlooks, a good thing to do is maybe write down the market condition you think it's in, give your hypothesis, and see what you will look for this week if certain things happen, right? So my hypothesis is buys. The reason being is because we are clearly dip bullish on the weekly overall. There's a lot of bullish momentum. I am definitely keeping at the back of my mind that we've closed below this resistance twice. So I will be open to sales under certain conditions, which I will touch on and elaborate on. But overall, I am bullish. We can see that the daily is respecting this resistance in at the end of November, 1, 2, 3. We can see a rejection, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rejections, many dojis and indecisions. If you zoom out, you can clearly see we have been bullish. High, higher low, higher high, higher low, high, higher high, higher low. Can we continue up? Definitely, we could. So for me to even consider buys, I would need a break, I would need a retest, and I would look for buys into. There's not much recent PA, but I'll look for buys into 191622. And for me to get that, I had to go very far back, which I don't really like doing. But yeah, I went back into this area right here, which is the only PA I have to look at. So that's my target for buys if we can break this level. For sells, which is definitely possible as well, since we can see the weekly has a doji, has an indecision candle, right? So there's been huge momentum and we've stopped. So there's definitely a potentiality for price to break down into this area of support, right? We can also see the daily. If the daily can come below 187,500, which is a very nice quarterly level, if we can break this support, right, this daily established support where there has been lots of chop and consolidation, a break of this low and a retest, I will look for sells down into our next area of support, which is 185, you could say, or even 184.800. Support, 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 support. So I'm looking for buys either here, break and retest, or at this support if we can establish a maintain above this support. So buys here, buys here, or buys here. The reason I can look for buys here is if we reject this area, we are still holding above this area. This means we cannot still break it. And I will have a TP1 here and a TP2 up into around 191 and above this area. I will also potentially look for buys here as it's a very strong support. And if we can maintain above it, we will look for buys. So buys here, or buys in the break of the resistance. But we will only buy here if we maintain above this zone and we have an engulfing candle and we maintain above it. I will only sell if we close below and we retest this area, then I will sell. And that's it for me. That's GBP, JPY. I hope that made sense. It's very simple, not complicated at all. We see what happens here. If we can break and retest, we sell down into the next support. If we break and retest this area, we buy. The TP is very difficult because we don't have recent PA, so we can maybe take a conservative TP into 190 or 191. Just use the round psychological levels to help us. Since there's no recent PA, we only have that weekly level of 191.622. But you can see we're clearly stepping up. And the only way that I would look for sales is if we can break this blue arrow, and potentially channel back down here. So that is GBP JPY, and that is gold for you. I hope that made sense. I hope you got a value. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a great trading week and you stick to your daily disciplines and work hard every single day this week and become a better version of yourself by Sunday. Thank you very much.